Good evening everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome to day whatever it is of Vlogmas. So you joined me this evening quite late on in the evening, to be honest. It's already about 7 or 8 o'clock at night. I woke up feeling a little bit like headachy and poorly, so I kind of had a bit of a day of just chilling out. I kind of just done quite a bit of like computer stuff, watched a bit of YouTube, but I am feeling a lot better now and I want to get on with some work. Yeah, as I say, it's already about 7 o'clock in the evening. I'm not 100% sure how much I'm going to get done tonight, but I'm determined to at least get a few little things done. Beep, beep, beep. Yesterday was actually quite a productive day in the end. Let me just quickly show you my little box and robin painting. So I think it is done, although I do keep on looking at it and finding different bits that I want to work on. As I've said before in these little vlogmases, not always that great at deciding when paintings are finished. Very good at starting paintings, just not so great at finishing them. But yeah, I think it is definitely close to being done. I do need to do my little signature down at the bottom, and then what I'll probably need to do at some point tomorrow is get it scanned into my computer just so I've got a copy of it on my file. I'm a little bit annoyed at myself that I didn't get it finished earlier because I'd quite like to turn it into like Christmas cards and Christmas prints, but I think by the time I get that sorted out it's gonna be like, it'll probably be Easter. And also I don't really have the funds to get any prints and cards made up. If I get it scanned, then it'll be there sitting ready hopefully for next year. Plans for tonight. I obviously want to sit and paint one of my little daily doodles. Probably going to sit and paint a robin one. Obviously got robins on the brain. It's that time of year. Yeah, I'd quite like to sit and paint my little robin daily doodle that I sketched out. Beep, beep. And then it keeps on going off. So yeah, that's my little robin doodle that I sketched out the other day. I just need to sit and paint it. So that's what I'm going to do for a little bit first of all, probably whilst watching a few other vlogmases. And then I've kind of got 3 different ideas of things that I want to get done. So first one, I'd quite like to carry on filming my little pyrography video where I've been trying to teach myself wood burning. Would quite like to sit and maybe paint a little Christmas bauble, or at least design some little Christmas baubles ready to paint. So that could be quite a nice thing to sit and do this evening. Really want to make some like little mini Christmas stockings to go on the tree, and then also maybe some bigger Christmas stockings. So I might sit and like sketch out the designs for that. And then the other idea I had was to perhaps carry on writing my little Christmas story that I've been writing, perhaps do a few little Christmas character designs, and also trying to sit and plan out a few kids art and craft tutorials. Whether I'll ever get them filmed, I don't know, but we'll see. I'm gonna get this little robin painted. I might just quickly talk you through like maybe just the beginning process of painting this little robin. So the actual original background on this little robin is plain. Let me just quickly show you the reference photo that I'm using. So yeah, that is the little reference photo that I'm using to paint this little daily doodle with. I can already see quite a lot of mistakes that I've made when sketching them out, but we will fix that as we go along. I'm actually going to start off with like a minty green background. Let me get my lovely fresh white paint out. Splodge. Right, I'm going to get a nice flat and wide brush. Okay, so I'm gonna try and very much water down this background paint. Just gonna mix up the colour I want first and then I'll water it down. So I need it to be quite watery because I still want to be able to see the lines that I've made underneath. So the more water it is, the more likely I see the lines. Although I've got to be a bit careful with this particular sketchbook that I don't make the paint too watery because it will probably end up tearing and warping it too much. So I've loaded up my lovely flat paintbrush with the paint that I need. I'm just gonna do a wash of colour over the background. So it's enough colour to give the painting a nice bit of colour, but not too dark that I can't see what I've already drawn. I mean, the sketch is going to change quite a lot anyway because I've noticed that I've done a few bits of it quite wrong, but that's fine. It is only a sketch and they develop as they go along. So whilst I'm waiting for the background paint to dry a little bit more, I'm going to mix up some what I call inking paint. I've already got some dark green out, but just for now I'm going to to get out some red. I'm going to mix it together with the dark green. Right, so I've got a nice thin paintbrush, and what I'm basically just doing is mixing up the red and green, and then I'm going to make the paint quite watery and liquidy. So I'm going to start with his eye, and I'm basically just going to go around the whole of this sketch, gradually correcting some of the shapes. So I'm sketching again, but this time I'm sketching with paint, and I'm going to pay real close attention to like specific shapes and stuff. So for his eye, I want to make it a bit more like flatter, pointier in the corner, and I'm going to start sketching out a few little more details. I don't have to be perfectly sketched because obviously I'm going to paint him anyway, but I just want to know where to find his little eye. He's got a little white patch, so I'm going to sketch that in. So yeah, if you sat and watched my vlogmas video the other day, you would have seen me sketching out the original like owl studies, where it's more about working out where different things are placed. This stage, what I call my little outline sketch stage, is where I kind of focus a bit more on detail, sketching out where details are, and also still gradually improving the shape of what I've already sketched. It's almost like doing like a third sketching process, but this time it really is about paying attention to what you're looking at. This is actually the start of his orange bits, but he's got a bit more grey curving around here. So yeah, what I'm focusing on a lot more when I'm doing like these outline sketches is I'm looking at some of the directions of feathers, looking at muscles and stuff. I'm just going to hint at the direction of feathers by just doing some little wispy lines. Great thing about acrylic paint is that I can cover up any wispy lines, but it's just like helps me just by having a bit of a look at some details. Right, we've got the little robin's head sketched in a bit better. That's just some of the basics that I think about when I'm sitting there sketching out or doing this stage of the daily doodle. Speed this bit section up, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so a quick little update. I've just finished working on my little robin daily doodle for the day. It actually took a lot less time than what I thought it was going to, which I'm quite pleased about because it means I can get on with some other work in a minute. But yeah, I think he turned out proper cute. I think his legs probably could have done with being perhaps a little bit longer. Overall, quite happy with all like the colours and stuff in it. I did add a few little like artistic licenses, like I put a few extra little fluffy feathers in just to make him look a little bit more like sprightly or whatever. But yeah, I think he turned out proper cute. Oh yeah, also you'll have to let me know if you want me to do any more like segments where I describe a bit more what I'm doing. Obviously that's something that I want to do a lot more in the future, is do like tutorials and live streams and demonstrations and actual like in real life workshops. So I'm going to kind of see if I can start practicing that skill a little. Like talking publicly about what you're actually doing is something that I kind of need to feel like I probably need to practice a little bit, because it's not something that I'm that confident at. Okay, so next up, I think what I'm going to do is I really want to have a big like doodling / designing session of like Christmas characters and stuff. So the first things I want to do is kind of just do a few little doodles for some baubles. I then also want to do some little like designs or doodles for some little tiny little stockings to make and hang on the Christmas tree. I'm thinking that I'm going to like end up needle felting them and sewing them. So yeah, I want to kind of come up with the designs for them, and then I really want to come up between now and Christmas with a few little kids art and craft tutorials, mainly like drawing tutorials. So I think what I need to do is sit and kind of doodle and design the characters that I kind of want to like teach. So I have to like draw them first, and then once I've drawn them I can then break them down into like teachable shapes and stuff like that.